Good morning, champs. Hope you all are doing well. Today in this video lecture, I'm gonna complete the concluding part of your 7th chapter, The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. Sometimes when her husband was at the office, she would sit herself before the window and think of the evening party of former times, of the ball where she was so beautiful and so flattered. As usual, she used to work hard at home. She used to accomplish her household tasks. But sometimes when her husband was at the office, when she was alone at home, she would sit herself before the window. She would sit on a seat before the window of her room and think of the evening party of former times, and would think about the evening ball, evening party of former times, almost before 10 years. And she also remembered that how beautiful she was looking in the party and how proud, how happy she was there. Now she thought, how would it have been if she had not lost the necklace? She also thought that how it would have been if she had not lost the necklace. Her life would have been different. Who knows how singular is life? Nobody knows. Life is really singular, life is really curious, life is really strange. And this is full of changes. Life is full of changes. How small a thing will ruin or save one. A very small thing can ruin everything or save everything. One Sunday, as she was taking a walk in the Champs Elysees to rid herself of the kids of the week, she suddenly perceived a woman walking with a child. One Sunday, Matilda was taking a walk. She was walking in a park named Champs Elysees. The reason behind her walk was she wanted to get rid. She wanted to move away all the cares, all the worries, all the problems of her life, to make herself calm, to get rid of the cares, to get rid of the worries. She was taking a walk, and suddenly she perceived a lady walking with her child. She saw a lady who was walking with a child. It was Mem Forestier. It was none other than Mem Forestier. Still young, still pretty, still attractive. Mem Forestier still looked pretty. She still looked beautiful. She still looked attractive, charming. M. Loisel was affected. When M. Loisel saw that, she felt affected, impressed, and she thought, should she speak to her? She thought if she should have spoken to her. Yes, certainly. And her answer was, her conscience answered her that yes, she should talk to her. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all, why not? And now she also thought that as she had paid her the money, now she should talk to her. She approached her. Matilda went close to Mem Forestier and wished her good morning, Jenny. Matilda, on seeing Mem Forestier, went to her to tell her the truth, to tell her the story, and wished her good morning. Her friend did not recognize her, but Mem Forestier did not recognize her, did not identify Mem Loisel or Matilda, as Matilda had completely changed, and was astonished to be so familiarly addressed by this common personage. And Mem Forestier also became surprised, also became astonished when she heard somebody calling in such a familiar way by a common personage, by a common person. When she saw that a common person was calling her in such a familiar way, Mem Forestier became surprised and astonished. She stammered. Mem Forestier stammered and asked, "But madam, I don't know, you must be mistaken. Ma'am, I don't know you, you are mistaking. I'm not the one you are seeking for. No, I'm Matilda Loisel. And Matilda answered that she was not mistaking. She knew her and she was Matilda Loisel. Her friend uttered a cry of astonishment. Her friend became extremely astonished, extremely surprised. Oh, my poor Matilda, how have you changed? And she showed some sadness and asked how she had changed. I've had some hard days since I saw you, and some miserable ones, and all because of you. When Ma'am Forestier asked Ma'am Loisel about her pathetic condition, she replied that she had some hard days in her life and she had some very pathetic, some very miserable days in her life since she met Ma'am Forestier. And the person behind all these problems was Ma'am Forestier. And Ma'am Forestier could not get why she said so. So she asked, because of me, how is that? Ma'am Forestier asked her how she had to face such pathetic days, such miserable days because of her. You recall the diamond necklace that you loaned me to wear to the minister's ball. Then Matilda asked Ma'am Forestier if she remembered the necklace Ma'am Forestier had lended Matilda to wear in the minister's party. And Ma'am Forestier replied that yes, very well, she remembered the necklace. Well, I lost it. Then Matilda told her that she had lost that necklace that she borrowed. How is that since you returned it to me? Now Ma'am Forestier asked her that how it could be possible as Matilda had returned her the necklace. How could it get lost? And Ma'am Loisel, Matilda told her that she returned another to her exactly like it. She replaced the lost necklace with a new one that looked exactly like the lost one. And it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. And the necklace they replaced was very expensive, and it took them, both her husband and her, to pay the debt of the necklace 10 years. For 10 years they had to work hard to pay the loan of the necklace. You can understand that it was not easy for us who have nothing. Matilda added that it was very tough, it was very hard for both Matilda and her husband to pay for the necklace, as they had nothing, they were not rich at all. But it finished and I'm decently content. And she told that as the loan had been paid, as she had paid the debt, now she is content, now she is satisfied. She is dissatisfied in a very decent way. Ma'am Forestier stopped short. On hearing this, Ma'am Forestier stopped for a short time and said, "You say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine." Ma'am Forestier asked her if she replaced the lost necklace that she borrowed from her with an original diamond necklace. And Matilda's reply was obviously yes. Matilda replied that yes, she had changed the lost one with a diamond, with an actual diamond, with an original diamond necklace. You did not perceive it then? And she also asked if she could not perceive the necklace, if she could not find the difference between the lost one and the new one, as they were just alike, as the lost one and the new one were same. So maybe she could not perceive that the necklace she returned was not the one she had lended. And she smiled with proud and simple joy. After saying this, she smiled. Matilda smiled with proud. She had proud as well as joy, as she had paid all the debts, and she had also confessed the truth before Ma'am Forestier that she lost her necklace. Ma'am Forestier was touched. When Ma'am Forestier heard all this, she felt impressed, she felt touched, and took both her hands as she replied. She took Matilda's hands in her hands and replied her that, "Oh, poor Matilda, mine were false. Matilda, my necklace that I lended you was false. It was not a diamond necklace. And they were not worth over 500 francs. The necklaces which I show you were very cheap. None of them was worthy of more than 500 francs. And you replace the cheap necklace with the original one. So it's a big deal." So finally we came to know that the necklace Ma'am Forestier lended to Ma'am Loisel was fake. If Matilda had confessed it before that she had lost her necklace, she had to pay a very small amount in return. But as she did not confess that her mistake, she had to pay 10 times, 100 times of the necklace. And in this chapter, finally we came to know that if we are not satisfied with life, we may have to face many problems in our life, as Matilda had to. Matilda, who was always dissatisfied with what she had, she was never content. And when she borrowed the necklace to show pomp and splendor, she lost it, and she had to give 10 important and precious years of her life to pay the debt. She lost those 10 years. So we should be happy, we should be satisfied with what life has offered her, but we should not stop dreaming and having aspirations, as it would stop our growing, our progress. But should always try, should always put efforts to do something great in life, to strive our goal in life, to strive to achieve our goal in life. Thank you. And our small mistake can lead to great disasters. Just because Matilda lost the necklace, she had to face such a miserable life. She had to live such a miserable and pathetic life.